Okay. So third part, multiplying and dividing rational expression okay. Let's talk about multiplication first. Multiply rational expression. Remember, when you multiply two fraction, right? You first time you learn multiplying fraction. How you multiply fraction? Of course, you're not going to go ahead and find LCD because this is multiplication. So in order to multiply a fraction, you just need to multiply across a numerator together and denominator together. The same thing for rational expression. You just go ahead and multiply across. The only extra step you have to do for rational expression is this. You have to factor everything out first. Okay? Multiply. So you have to factor anything. If you see a trinomial, you have to factor them out. If you see a difference of square, you have to factor them. If you see anything you have G-shape, you have to do that. Okay. All right. For example, I have something like this. Example number 1. Oh, let me use a different color here. Example number 1. All right. And let me see. I can get the. So I put somewhere over here. First one. I think this one. Alright. Alright, so I have two rational expressions like this, and you see that this is a trinomial. Okay. We can factor this. We have to try it, because if it is not factorable, then keep it like that. Okay, but if it is factorable, we have to try it. The second thing that in the numerator here, you see that we have x squared minus 9. This is a difference of square. We already learned this, right? So go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead factor the bottom. Right? So I assume that you guys already mastered this, so I don't have to do the smiley face anymore. And it's 12, 6, and 2, 3 and 4. 3 and 4 give you 7. You see that? So it could be x minus 3, x minus 4. Right? Multiply by, this is a difference of square, so x squared minus 3 squared, so it will be x plus 3 times x minus 3. Okay, over 6x squared. Alright, so after you factor everything out, we can go ahead and multiply across. The only difference over here is that you, for rational expression, you can go ahead and cancel right away instead of multiply across. You can go ahead and combine them together and cancel them. But why don't you just cancel right now? You see that the top and the bottom, you know, anything similar, you cancel. This and this similar, you cancel, right? So what you have left? 2 and 6. 2 and 6 you can cancel, right? So you have 3 left, right? You have 3 left here. Okay, and x and x square. So x and x square you cancel. You have x left. Okay, you have x left. So what you have on the top will be x plus 3, right? Over what? Over 3x x minus 4. Alright. And anything else we can cancel? Of course, you're not going to go ahead and cancel the x over here because it belongs to one factor. You can just go ahead and cross the x, okay? This is a factor already, so there's no way you can cross this. Alright? So this will be your final answer. Okay? That will be your final answer. Okay? So it's pretty simple. You just need to factor everything out, and you see something similar in the top and the bottom. You just go ahead and cancel out everything. Okay? So on the test, this is the work you have to show me. Okay? Alright, on the second example. Okay, now let's see if I can find another example. I put it somewhere here. for multiplication again. So this one we already did that. I think we can do this one, I think. Okay. Example number 2. Okay. Example number 2. Okay. So of course you see that this is harder because we have 3 trinomial, and if you can recognize, this is different square over here also. So we will try to factor everything out as much as possible. So on the top, so how are we going to factor? We're going to have 3a and a here, right? And the factor of 3 will be -3 and +1, right? And over here we have a plus 5 and a minus 5. Okay, multiply by this is a square of the sum, right? This is square of the sum. This is one of the formulas. You see that 2ab, right? 2 times 5 times a, right? So this is 25 is 5 square. So I can factor this as a plus 5 times a plus 5. And a plus 5 times a plus 5 is a plus 5 square. Okay, divided by. And again, this is another trinomial. So it's 3a. A is the only factor of 5 will be 5 and 1. So we -5 and +1. You see when you draw this smiley face, it gives you -49. Alright, so right now you factor everything out already. Now you can just go ahead and see something similar on the top and the bottom. We'll go ahead and cancel them out. So I have a plus 5, you cancel with this, so you still have a plus 5 on the top. Okay, and a minus 3. Okay, and everything over a minus 5 square. Okay, because a minus 5 times a minus 1 times a minus 5, so you have a minus 5 square, and you're gonna keep it like this. Okay, don't ever distribute it. So for example, this one over here also, don't distribute it. Okay, because this is the factoring form is a good form. So just keep it like this. Okay, just keep it like that. All right. Okay, that's example number 2. Let's do another one. I think I have enough space to do it over here. Example number 3. Let's see. I have it over here. I think this one. Oh, this is the same. So this is the same. So yeah, 13. Well, yeah, I don't know why I got 2 of them the same. I should have different one. Let me see, I can find someone else. Okay. Okay, and so I don't have anything else, so I'm gonna just go ahead. I will try to get something from the textbook. Let's see, okay? Let's see. Okay, I have it over here. I try to give you as many examples as possible, just for you to learn. The more example you have, it's easier for you to learn. Okay, so how about this one? Oh, this is a kind of hard one right here. I got it from our textbook. So I have a cube. Oops. I have a cube plus a square b plus a plus b. You see, this one has 4 terms, and every time we have 4 terms, think about the grouping. You remember in class we talk about grouping. You know, we group the first 2 and we group the last 2. Okay, and this is by a, and you multiply by 6a squared over 2a squared minus 2b squared. Alright, let's see how we do this. Alright, so this has 4 terms, so look like we have to group them. So I'm going to group the first two and we try to find G-shape. So G-shape over here will be a squared, because a squared in common, so you have a plus b. And this one I just is a plus b already, so there's nothing to factor. Alright. At the bottom you see that we have phi a in common, you take out. All of them is G-shape, so it will be a squared plus 1 times 6a squared, leave it there. The bottom should be G-shape is 2, so you have a squared minus b squared. Okay. Alright, then what? You have a plus b and a plus b are the same, right? So you take a plus b out, right? Then you have left inside is a squared plus 1. Alright, and over here you have phi a squared plus 1 times 6a squared over 2. This is a difference of square right here, so you can write a plus b times a minus b. Okay. So this is cancel. A plus b cancel. So what you have left is 6. Okay, a squared and a you cancel, so you have 1a to the top. So 6a over hold on, 6 and 2. 6 and 2 you can cancel, so you have 3. Okay, you have 3. So you have at the bottom is 5. Right, a minus b. And that's it. Alright, the reason you have a over here because a squared and a you cancel, so you have 1a left. Okay, 6 and 2 are 3. 6 divided by 2 gives you 3, so you have 5 at the bottom. A minus b. There you go. Alright, and that's it. You cannot do anything else. Alright. Okay. So let's make our conclusion for rational expression multiplication. All you have to do is that you have to factor everything out. Okay, whatever you can factor, go ahead factor. Then you see something similar on the top and the bottom, you cross them out. Okay. Now let's jump to division. And for division, remember when you divide fraction, what do you do? When you have two different fractions, you divide by each other. So the rule is that keep chain flip, right? You keep the first one, you change the multiplication, and you make it the second one reciprocal. So for rational expression, you're going to do the same thing. Okay. Now let's take a look at this one. Let's say, oops. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. Let's see where I have the division. 13, 14. I think I have division right over here. Okay, there you go. It kind of it's not really clear, but here you go. It's big enough. All right. So this is 2z squared over z squared minus 1 divided by z cubed minus z squared plus z over z cubed plus 1. Okay. So how will you do this? So again, in order to apply keep chain flip, everything must be factored out. Okay, so you have to factor everything out. Okay. So go ahead, factor everything out. So I'm gonna, on the top is this, we cannot do anything. So z squared minus 1 is the difference of square. Okay. You divide it by, okay. Z cubed minus z squared plus z, you can see the z shape. So z out, so z squared minus z plus 1, right? And what is this at the bottom? This is c cubed plus b cubed. Okay, it's a cube plus b cube. This is a sum of the cube. So it could be, according to the formula, it could be z plus 1, right? And z squared minus z plus 1. There you go. So after you factor everything out, you're gonna apply keep chain flip. So go ahead and keep mean we rewrite it. Okay, so this is minus, sorry. Okay. Change the multiplication and flip it. So the bottom becomes the top. Okay, the bottom becomes the top. And the top becomes the bottom. Okay. So go ahead and cancel now because it's the same. Okay. This and this are the same. Z squared and z you can simplify, so you have one z left. So you have 2z because one z left on the top over z minus 1. There you go. And that's it. Alright. That's how you do it. That's how you do division. Okay. Keep change flip. But again, you still have to factor them out. Now let's take a look at another example. In this example, they don't use this division symbol anymore, but they write it as a fraction. Now let's take a look at this one. Okay, right here. Right here. Sorry guys, recently I have very bad allergies, so just bear that with me, okay? Okay. Alright, so if you look at this one, you see that there's a big fraction, and on the top is a fraction, and the bottom is another fraction. And over this bar right here represents division. So if you see something like this, okay, your first step is you're gonna go ahead and rewrite it with division symbol. Okay, you rewrite it with division symbol. Here you go. Okay, so over here 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 over x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now, after you rewrite with division symbol, then we're gonna go ahead and factor them out. Okay, the bottom is easy to factor because it's G-shape. We're gonna do anything. We're gonna do the easy one first. So we're gonna have 2x here and x here and minus 3 and minus 1. And the bottom here will be x minus 3 and x minus 2. Okay, what happened here? Oh, here will be a little bit hard. I think will be 6 is 3x and 2x, right? So 2 is so it will be 2 here, minus 2 minus 1, right? Which is give you negative 4x, negative 3x give you negative 7x. All right. So everything has been factored out. So you keep this one, and you change the multiplication, and you flip it. Flip it. 2x minus 1 over x minus 3. Okay, you flip it. Alright, now after you flip it, you're going to see something similar. You go ahead and cross them out. So this similar, cross them out. This similar, cross them out. This one cross them out, right? So what you have left is 3x minus 2 over 4. There you go. Alright. That's simple. Very simple like that. Okay. Now, on the next example, I'm going to kind of combine addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, everything into one problem. and let's see we can do that or not. Okay, so I think I'm gonna jump to the next page. It's easier for me. Alright, so example number, what number is that? Number 3. Okay. Okay, because this problem is kind of is a little bit harder, so I'm gonna use different color. Okay, example number 3, and I think I'm gonna use how about I can use this color right here. There you go. This is beautiful color. Okay, as I promised, right? I promised we have a very good resolution. So so I'm gonna let's just do this one. So I have very good video, very good resolution, beautiful video. Alright, so what do you see over here? There's nothing over here. Okay, so I have a fraction, and on the top I have addition, at the bottom I have addition. Okay, so I have a bigger fraction. So in order to do this, okay, this is what I recommend. Usually I don't do like this, okay, but because I think that this way, the way I'm doing right now, it'll be easier for you. So because this have a bigger bar right here, I mean it's a division. So every time you see this, you see in the previous example, I say every time you see the big fraction like this, you just rewrite it with the division. So you just go ahead and rewrite with the division symbol. So this has become 4 b minus 5. Okay, put everything in parentheses, divided by b minus 5 plus b over 4. Put everything inside parentheses. Now you see that this is rational expression addition, right? So it's like adding two rational expressions together. This is a rational expression. This 4 is 4 over 1, right? So this is 4 over 1. Okay. So in order to add this, remember the second part of the video, we gotta find LCD here. The same thing. So with addition, we had to find LCD. For addition and subtraction, we had to find LCD. Different denominator. So the LCD over here must be what? B minus 5. Because, and over here will be, you're gonna take, you multiply them together, so 4b minus 5. Okay. So after you got LCD, and you compare it with the denominator here, what you missed, what are you missing? B minus 5. They don't have b minus 5. So actually this is 1 times b minus 5, you know. So they have 1, but they don't have b minus 5. So you will multiply the top and the bottom by b minus 5. Okay. Now for this one, they don't have 1, but they have b minus 5. So you multiply by 1, but if you multiply by 1 is itself, so you don't have to write it. Okay. Let's use the bracket. Divide by, same thing here. The LCD, they don't have number 4, so you multiply by 4. And over here they don't have b minus 5. They're missing the b minus 5, so multiply by b minus 5. Okay, b minus 5. Okay. Alright, so right now everything is the same denominator, so you have b minus 5. You're gonna combine them. Don't distribute them yet. Okay, just combine them. Just combine them. Take time. So divided by, combine them. 4b minus 5. Okay, at the top you combine them, b minus 5. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and distribute. So 4b minus 20 plus 4 over b minus 5 divided by, distributed, so it'll be b squared minus 5b over 4b minus 5. Alright, so this one, what it give you? So go ahead and combine like term. So you have 4b minus 16 over b minus 5, right? Divided by this b squared minus 4b minus 5b, sorry, plus 4 over 4b minus 5. Alright, so after you combine, you see that I think you go ahead and factor, we'll have factor them out, so 4b minus 4 over b minus 5 multiplied by reciprocal, right? So 4b minus 5 over, this is a trinomial, so you go ahead and factor them out, so it will be minus 4 minus 1. There you go. Now you see that this is the same and this is the same, cross them out, it's the same, cross them out. So 4 times 4 is 16 over b minus 1. There you go. This is your final answer. Okay. Good. Now let's do another one. Let's do another one. The one something similar to this. Oh, why I have a bar like this? I don't know why I have a bar like that over there. That's weird. Okay. Example. I don't know what example is that. Example number 4. Alright. Alright, let's see if I can get it from here. How about this one? Let's see, this one is harder. Alright. 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 So let's do this. So I'm gonna use I think I'm gonna use different color. Okay, just have some fun here. So I think I'm gonna use the purple, or maybe I'm using this one right here. Maybe. There you go. Green. Okay, let's try to do. No, I don't think green is good. So maybe purple. Purple, or maybe this, or maybe brown. Why do I have brown over here? It's weird. Or maybe red color. Let's do purple. Purple is not good. I just have some fun with that, you know. Yeah, I think green should be the best. Alright. So again, go ahead and split it up with the division symbol. Go here and plus 5 plus and minus 5. Believe me, usually if I have this, I just do I don't have to split up. I just do whatever on here. You know, I don't have to use this division symbol, but many of you get used to this division symbol, so I'm gonna use this. So let's find LCD here. LCD here will be n plus 5, and LCD here will be n plus 5 and minus 5. Make sure on the test you have to show LCD, okay? So if LCD here n plus 5, so they're missing n plus 5, so you multiply the top and the bottom by n plus 5. On the second fraction, it's not missing anything. Okay, use the bracket, divided by. Over here, they're missing n minus 5. Okay, they're missing n minus 5. And over here, they're missing n plus 5. There you go. Alright. Alright, so after you got the same denominator, you're gonna just go ahead and combine them. So n plus 5. N plus 5 minus 4n divided by n plus 5 n minus 5. And the top will be n plus 5 plus, n minus 5, sorry. N minus 5 plus n plus 5. Alright, then go ahead and distribute it. So you have n squared plus 5n minus 4n over n plus 5. Okay, divided by negative 5, negative 5, negative 5, positive 5 cancel. You have 2n, n plus n is 2n over n plus 5, n minus 5. Alright, 5n minus 4n is n, so you have n squared plus n over n plus 5 divided by 2n over n plus 5, n minus 5. Okay. Alright, so look like we almost factor everything out except for this one, so you have to factor this one. 5 GCF is n plus 1 over n plus 5. Keep, chain, flip. Alright, over 2n. Alright. Now you're gonna see something similar. Cancel them out. N and n you cancel. So what you have left is n plus 1, n minus 5 over 2, and that is the final answer. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm gonna stop the lecture right over here. So I'm gonna post the video, the first part, this second part right here, and please go through all the example here carefully, and if you have any question, let me know. Okay. On the test, you're gonna have something similar to this. Of course, I'm gonna give you this, but kind of similar to this. Okay. Let me know if you have a question, and I'll see you next time.